Okay, so what I'm going to mention here is the lace itself. It's not about the lace, the type of lace. You could use any type of lace, but it's the kind of attachment, the kind of neatness that you achieve at the end of that will actually determine how the end result will look. So even though this lace is not like wow, it doesn't stand out because obviously it's a similar color, but because of the way it's attached, it's blended in so perfectly that the result looks so classy and so neat. So it doesn't have to be that you have to use an expensive lace to get an good end result. Here I've just used a normal lace, which really, to be honest, didn't have any real significance to me. It had no value to me, probably because I had it lying around, and that's why I didn't hold any value to it. But it is the application of it and the way it's been, neatly finished off, that is given that beauty. So now I'm just going to attach it at the shoulders, and as I mentioned earlier, I haven't cut the neckline on this. I haven't cut even the shoulders. I've left them quite wide. And one of the reasons why I left them wide was, in my own self, what I noticed often when I did like the galati type of gala was there was a pull on the shoulders and there was a pull on the neckline. So what I decided to do was to actually really investigate this, so that I don't keep repeating, and sometimes you learn from your own mistakes. So I didn't cut too deeply into the armhole. I didn't cut the neckline too wide, because I would rather, and also sometimes what problems that we often face is, this portion of the dress, it has to be like center, and our neckline, our galati type of neckline, we don't actually get it center because we've cut too deeply into the dress already. It's very difficult to get that precise. But it doesn't matter about that. If you get you can align it up, and then if there's any differences, we can take them out from the sides, since we went and cut. Now on my own, okay, what I'm noticing is my difference. There is like a 1/2 centimeter of difference on the one side. Now, because I've left the dress quite wide, it's easy to take that, to be honest, now I'm at that point where I can actually cut for the neckline, I can cut for the shoulders. So I know that from this point I will need about 2.5 of the neckline. So this is where that neckline will finish off, but I'm going to attach the galati there. So this, basically that bit is where it's going to get rounded off. So once I know that this is the attachment of my neck, and then this is the seaming line, I know how much to make my shoulders. So 4.5 from the end of, and then seam allowance. So 5 is what I'm going to make the shoulder, and 6.5 is what I require it here. And then I can take, I've got plenty of scope, I can take that 1/2 inch, 1/4 of an inch away, and it's not going to make any difference to my overall garment. But if I'd cut it absolutely right and I got that mistake, then cutting that 1/4 of a centimeter, 1/2 centimeter would actually make a difference. Now if I open this back up, I've got a nice neckline. This is where the galati is going to meet up. It's going to be like a granddad collar neckline. I've got it absolutely perfectly right on top of the shoulders. I know the balance is right, so the kameez is not, and the galati is going to fall absolutely in center of the neckline. This is an area where in the past even I've struggled, And I'll be honest, I have had reservations on making this type of neckline due to that reason. You know, sometimes you make a mistake, and if you make a mistake, you actually get a little bit put off, and then you don't want to do that thing again. So I think I've mastered that now. So you learn from your mistakes. I'm going to attach it at the shoulders and then go on to it. Anyway, this is the underside. It's very neat and it's perfectly finished, and that's all down to, this is probably one of the neatest ones on the back of the garment I've done, and that's due to the fact that I've given it a little bit more time. Generally we're always rushing and we don't actually give the the emphasis in the first place, but if we give it the little bit time and emphasis, then we're gonna get a good result.